Hi everybody, June is Pride Month. Pride is a time of the year to especially celebrate the lives and experiences of LGBTQ plus people, as well as a great time to join the movement for full equality and equal rights for all people. As I want to express anytime we're celebrating a cultural month, let's look about ways to get engaged this month and beyond and make it a part of just how we go about our lives. Of course, this particular June has been very unusual for many different reasons. We are certainly still trying to understand how to respond to COVID-19. And then also there are a lot of things happening in the news, just showing the brutality and the killing of Black people by law enforcement, by other civilians, and often there being little to no consequences as a result of those actions. I've had some conversations with people in my circle for whom Pride is an especially important time of the year for celebration. And in these conversations, people have expressed feeling a challenge to wanting to have that celebration, but then being sensitive to all of the, frankly, just bad and painful news that's happening in the world. And for anybody watching this video who feels that, I want to encourage you to be okay with holding the tension between those things. Yes, there are really painful and difficult things happening in the news, and yes, I encourage you to engage with that and to figure out how you can make a difference with that, but also celebrate the things that are meaningful for you in your life. And Pride, I think, is a great thing for all of us to celebrate and to learn from and to engage with alongside other things that are happening in our world. And so in making this video, I asked very broadly for voices who would be willing to share some things about their lives and their experiences. And the reason why I do that is because I think it is very important for us to make space for other people to speak and to share their own experiences. And I think there's a lot of power when we listen and when we are just willing to hear other people share and that we're willing to learn. And that can be a great way for us to boost our own engagement with the fight for equal rights, as well as just being good humans. And so all these things all combine together. So I asked broadly for responses for this video. And interestingly, and this was not my plan or my initial intention, but all of the people who responded were Black and queer. And so I think that provides a very unique opportunity for us to think about bridging that gap between wanting to learn from and engage with Black lives, but then also wanting to learn and engage with Pride and growing in our knowledge and celebration of LGBTQ plus people. And so this video is going to give you a little bit of that intersection between race, gender, and sexuality. So I'm very excited for this. I hope that you all will enjoy this video, and happy Pride Month.
Name, sexuality, gender, pronouns.
Okay, hi, I'm Jawan. I am queer, I'm a male, and my pronouns are he, him, his.
My name is Raven. I'm also queer. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and
You're a woman.
I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we'll start with Jawan.
I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
Pride Month is a month of celebration of different sexualities, different religions. It's about accepting all of us as humans, human beings, and the celebration of equality. And although we haven't fully reached full equality, I think that's what Pride Month and every day actually should be. But particularly Pride Month because of Stonewall, we understand that, and the gay liberation movement. Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia, you go girls, R.I.P.
One of the biggest misconceptions that I believe about gender and sexual identity is that you have to fit in a certain box. And one thing about labels is that they're supposed to be expressive, not oppressive. So I'm pansexual, but some days I feel more queer. Some days it feels like I identify more as being a lesbian. I'm in a relationship with a cis man, but I still identify as queer. And if it's confusing of like, oh wait, how could you be all these different things? press into that. That is your brain trying to break free of the mold of this cis heteronormative patriarchy that we reside in. And so the more that you press into that, the more freedom you'll experience, and you'll be a way better ally to people of the LGBTQIA+ community as well.
As a person, especially a woman who likes both genders, the common misconception is either you're going through a phase or that you're faking it. Yeah. Whenever time I introduce myself or I get to know someone enough and I tell them about the part of me that is also in love with women, they always ask, "Oh, is that a phase in college?" And I always tell them, "No, I don't think it wasn't a phase." Yeah. And also a common misconception with my family in particular is that it's not real. You can't. There's no way you could be attracted to both genders. And I guess a lot of people go to that same idea that everyone thinks that you're faking it, that you're not in love with, you can't be in love with both. And it's one of the things that upsets me the most, is because obviously I'm living proof that you can.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Hansen. I use she, her pronouns, and I would identify myself as queer. I wish people knew that despite being in a very heteronormative presenting relationship, that I am very much queer. I think as someone who exists in the intersection of multiple marginalizations, as being a queer, Black, femme, female, I think the ways in which I've been oppressed and had my voice minimized and told that I must not be seeing things too clearly, or I must be too emotional, has very much silenced my voice. I think I have an ability to look at the world and seeing all of the multiple identities that we all hold and see that with great love, because I've not been given that same treatment in return. I think as I think about Pride Month, I'm just so grateful to be able to love who I want to love and be in what relationships I want to be in, and know that there's space for that.
Hello everyone, my name is Elijah Isaiah Warren, and my pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm a Black queer man. I would say that my experience being a Black queer man has been beautiful, but also at the same time it has been very challenging. It has been challenging in being able to navigate spaces within the queer community without being labeled and seen as a sexual object and a sexual symbol. I have encountered so many different obstacles and challenges in that when trying to build relationships, whether that is platonic or romantic, being seen just for my body and being seen as the stereotype of a Black man being able to produce sexually and being able to romanticize someone in a sexual manner versus being able to be seen for my intellect and my character and who I am and what I can provide, not just in a sexual relationship, but also outside of that, and what that means to myself and what that means to the larger community.
I wish that people would understand, and this goes for Black people and white people and other POCs and other non-POCs, that my queerness and my Blackness, they're not interchangeable. I can't be more than I can't be part of the other, because they're both integral parts that have made me who I am today.
And the last thing that I want to say, one thing that I love about just gay and queer culture is that we love to have fun. We love to celebrate, like the gay community, and even just Pride came out of queer Black and brown folks, and also trans Black and brown folks. And so of course we have such a fun community to be a part of, but it's also important to recognize the dangers of living within this community as well, and how important it is for allies to come around us. We need to live in a world where Black trans women can grow old. And that's what we need to work forward to.
So thank you very much for Jawan, Raven, Tanisha, Jasmine, and Elijah for sharing those pieces of your lives. I am especially grateful that Jasmine actually also mentioned to me that it was a good and important idea for me to also ask everybody who participated in the video for ways that we can support them. I'm really glad for that advice. And so with that said, Jasmine did give me a response, and Jasmine said, for folks who want to support me specifically, they can support the Black Co-op Garden that I'm supporting. And there's info on Jasmine's Instagram account, which is @PledgeToTheGlowUp, and or help me by connecting me with good tech talent. And Jawan also gave me a response. Jawan said, Raven and I thought it would be great if people would just remember to stand up for people like us when they see blatant racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, and the like. Another good way to support is helping organizations like the LGBT Plus Freedom Fund, and also help supporting my school's BIPOC group, which helps undo systemic white norms within the theater area through advocations or donations. And there is also a link to a Facebook page that talks about this, and I'll put it in the description and on the page here, facebook.com/UTK BIPOC Theater. And also Jawan and Raven will be working on a podcast too. So look up those names and hopefully they'll appear on the Googles sooner rather than later. But thanks again for watching this video. One more time, happy Pride Month. Let's continue it way beyond just the month of June. Thanks.
It's Raven and Jawan.
Happy Pride Month.
Thank you.